going on, guys? So if you read the title or you read the description, I can't even right now. When I read the freaking article that said Flash and Supergirl having a musical crossover, I was like, what? Like, seriously, why do we need a musical crossover? I know it would be funny and like happy-go-lucky, but the shows are doing so good right now, and you're just gonna throw this curveball like, we're gonna la 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 la, we're singing, we're superheroes. You're gonna do that kind of shit in this series? Like, I was just, there's no, it's gonna, you know, like, we haven't had that in, what, 5 seasons of Arrow, or the 4 seasons, whatever, 2 seasons of Flash. You're just gonna throw this crazy curveball, and you know what, the only reason this is happening is because Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist were both on that show Glee, you know, on Fox, the one that sings and did things. See, I'm choking because I can't even believe what's gonna happen. Seriously though, the only reason why this is happening is because both of those main stars were on Glee. And apparently there are other people in both shows that know how to sing and dance and stuff. So they want to do this crossover. From my understanding, it's going to happen, and I believe, what's his name? Greg Berlanti. I can't even talk. This news is making me sick. Greg Berlanti said this crossover will happen towards the end of the season, so it'll probably be late teens or like early 20s. I don't get it. I don't get why we need this. Is it just to have pure fun episodes? This is my thing, guys. Like, alright, I don't know if you know about this. I was going to do a video about it, but I don't know if there's anybody out there that cares about that show, Sherlock. Amazing show. It is such an amazing show. I could have easily said, that's probably the best show on TV. But the first 2 seasons. And then season 3 of Sherlock, it opens with fan fiction and totally took me out of the story. And I was like, why would you do that? Because Sherlock would never do that. Oh, I'm not even going to get into it. Not even going to get into it. If you guys like Sherlock, I could do a video on why I don't like the show anymore. But I am huge about taking me out of the story. Like, don't create an amazing world that I am like just in. I'm like, oh, I love this world. And then do something that would never happen in that world, or change it so dramatically that it takes me out of that universe. I hate when shows do that. This isn't a sitcom. It's not like you can get away with that kind of stuff on like That 70s Show or The Big Bang Theory. These are dramatic comic book shows, and then you're gonna add musicals? Why? Why? We don't even need it. It's not necessary, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, so you better like it. But, you know what? On this channel, I like to think about both sides. I don't want to just be like, oh, it's going to be all of this, and it can't be none of this. No, 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 no. On this channel, we like to think of things, you know, equally, an opportunity or whatever, you know, the correct saying of that. I like to think on both sides. So, in the, what is it, in the something of fairness, I can't even think right now because it's, you know, got my head all over the place. In all fairness, we're going to think about how this could work. How could we have a musical episode, or episodes, because I think it's going to happen on both shows. How could we do that without messing up this universe? Let's go ahead and have some theories, shall we? The most obvious way for this thing to work is that our heroes are controlled by something or someone. On The Flash, we already have a character that can mind control people, and that is Gorilla Grodd. On Supergirl, we also just saw that the season finale had to deal with Myriad, something that the Kryptonians created to control all the people on Earth. We know Maxwell Lord hates Supergirl. Maybe he takes Myriad and tries to do the same thing to control her because she wasn't affected by it. Or also, Lex Luthor's sister is joining on season 2. Maybe she takes Myriad and does something then that can control Supergirl too, to have this weird musical crossover. So right there we have villains that could mind control and could have our superheroes do these weird, silly things. And I don't know, the episodes still have to be good and still have to have conflict. So maybe, you know, Maxwell Lord or somebody is going to use Myriad to control people again, and Supergirl's like, I've been through this, I gotta find a way to do this. Maybe that's when the Flash comes to help, because she doesn't know where it's coming from, and maybe it's affecting the people she loves again. And they could, you know, this person could just want to be doing like fun stuff. You could even do the Trickster. Maybe the Trickster's involved with, you know, freaking Gorilla Grodd, and he's like, let's pull a trick on everybody, and like, let's make them sing and dance, and blah, blah. It's gotta be something like that. So you're gonna have Like, the villain's going to want to make these characters look stupid or just have fun with them, and he's going to make them sing and dance for him because that's just power. You're embarrassing them or you're ridiculing them because you're making them just do maybe things they never normally do, and I feel like that's the only way this is going to make sense. You're going to have a villain that wants to have fun with these superheroes and the people they love to have these musical song and dance numbers. Of course, our superheroes will find a way to break out of the mind control or whatever and save the day like they always do, but this is going to be a two-parter episode, so it's going to happen on The Flash, it's going to happen on Supergirl. I'm kind of hoping that they're tied together and not separate. That way maybe Gorilla Grodd is working with somebody from Metropolis, or it's not even Metropolis, it's National City. Hopefully Gorilla Grodd or whoever it is working with other people, and the episode continues. Like, it starts on Supergirl, continues on The Flash, and it's one thing, because it's going to be kind of weird for them to cross over and then have a musical villain and be like, blah, 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 and the Flash goes and visits her, and then, you know, they'll probably make a joke like, this is happening again? Like, we just did this in, you know, in our city, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it's kind of weird, so I'm kind of hoping that it's a two-parter, and it's the same villain for both episodes opposed to separate villains on two separate episodes. It would just be easier to explain why there are two musical episodes back to back, you know what I mean? I should clarify before I get killed in the comments for anybody that's like, oh, you're just being stupid, blah, blah. Look, I'm not gonna hate this episode. I'm gonna watch it. It's probably just gonna be really good fun. It'll probably feel a lot more like the Supergirl crossover with The Flash. I had no problem with that episode. Some people wanted it to be darker. You know what? I have no problem with fun, upbeat episodes once in a while. I just want them to make sense. I don't want it to just be an episode where they're having song and dance for no reason. I'm kind of hoping that somebody is controlling our heroes and making them be weird and silly. Like, that's all I need. I need it to continue the story, not just be like hardcore, 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 like craziness, and then like happy-go-lucky episode, and then back to hardcore craziness that has no tie-in to the season or storyline whatsoever. But that's all we know right now. It'll be a two-part episode between Flash and Supergirl, and it's going to happen towards the end of the seasons, so expect that to happen. And this doesn't have anything to do with the 4-night crossover, in case you're wondering. They are not. They are separate crossovers. So, you know, and also the one thing about these two crossovers, you have the 4-night and you have this musical one, that pretty much seals the deal on Supergirl being a part of the Flash Arrowverse universe thingamabop. Because everybody's kind of wondering, they're in separate universes, what are they going to do? I think Flashpoint, they've already said that Flashpoint is going to bleed into all the other shows. I am pretty sure that that Flashpoint scenario has something to do with Supergirl being on that universe now. So expect her to be a part of this universe, which I'm totally happy about. If she's gonna be in this universe, I don't give a fuck about freaking musical episodes, because I just want them to be in one freaking universe, not jumping back and forth, because that just ruins things. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about this musical crossover between The Flash and Supergirl. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you just want a good upbeat episode? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with all your super friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time.